Hi everyone, Engineer Gordon, and I want us to talk about construction. I know many of us really want to venture into construction, or we consider it as a development area, but it's also important to have the knowledge about construction. What do you really need to know about construction? Construction, we have different types. We have the commercial, we have the residential, and we have institutions. So which area do you want to venture into? And before even that, it's important to know who do you need to contact in as far as your construction journey is concerned. In the field of construction, we have the key stakeholders, and it's important for you to know that you need the consultants. Then you have to know the approval agencies that are within the construction area. You as the aspiring developer or the one who want to construct, you should understand that you are the boss and you are the employer, the client. You have the voice. You dictate a lot of things in this industry. But again, in as much as you have money, you need advice. And that's why you're seeking the services of the consultants. For consultants, we have the architect, who in most cases is referred as the project manager. Though nowadays we have special project managers, but in most of the projects, architects are the project managers. Then you have the engineers. Engineers in the construction, we have like 4 specialists. We have the structural engineer, civil engineer, mechanical engineer, and electrical engineer. All these people, they have to be on board for you to have a very effective project. We also have the quantity surveyor, who plays a very important role, especially in cost estimates and material schedule. You have to have all this in mind, and especially when you understand all these stakeholders in a project, the project becomes so smooth and easy to manage. Bit by bit, as an employer or the client or a developer, there's something you have in mind. And for you to have it presented, you seek the services of the architect. The architect will help you understand, demonstrate, and bring your mind into paper. Once it is brought into paper, you discuss through, and the architect will be able to properly present it on a diagrammatic representation of what you want. Once the discussion is done and you are convinced and you are satisfied that that's what you want, the way it is, the design does not end there. The architect will take that drawing to a structural engineer. The structural engineer will evaluate, he will analyze, he will run a design. After doing a design, he has to present whatever he has designed on a paper, and he has to do a very detailed drawings which can now be used on site. After the structural drawings are out, the architect also issues the same drawing to the services engineer. Service engineer now include the electrical engineer and the mechanical engineer, who will put the drawings, including the lighting, the socket, the switches, everything that contains electrical works. The mechanical engineer will now handle the plumbing works of the structure. And if there are things like lifts, escalators, you'll also be responsible of installing such. So the QS will receive all the drawings, that is including the architectural drawing, the structural drawing, civil drawings, electrical drawings, and mechanical drawings. He will build up bill of quantities. In the bill of quantities, he will be able to provide estimates for specific items. Cumulatively, this will give us the overall cost of the project. With this now, the client is informed of how much is likely to spend in such a project. Should there be variation after the estimation is done, the variation will be captured and incorporated in the bill of quantities. Still, the client will be advised, and also the cost is adjusted as appropriate. If you have this, we seek now the services of a contractor. And now we move to tendering. We tender the project. We can invite more than one contractor to bid for the same project. Then we evaluate the bidders and we see who has the technical capacity of handling such a project and who is economically in terms of funding the project, so that we can have the project taken to the ground to do the construction. With a qualified contractor, we'll do the construction. And this one will be monitored throughout with the consultants, and the consultants is led by the architect. All the supervisions will be done till the project is concluded. Then we'll hand over the project to the client. That's the procedure that any developer must have in mind, so that you can achieve a very quality project. But if we ignore any of this, you'll be risking your project. And even in terms of costs, you might end up spending more in the construction. And even if you spend less, you'll compromise on the quality and you might risk losing your project. Or you will incur a lot of costs to repair the damages. So please have this background knowledge so that anytime you want to develop, you know what to do. I've not touched about the approvals. We'll handle that in our next video. Thank you.